Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous Womb. So in this video, I want to share the results of a survey that I took in the last High Ticket Profit Explosion workshop. And what I love about this workshop is that it's full of women who have given themselves the grace to run their race at their own pace. So we have women in there who are making six figures, who only want to make six figures, women who are making seven figures, who aspire to make eight figures, and some who just want to stay at seven figures. And one person who hopes one day in the next 5 years to make nine figures in her coaching business. It was 25 women in the room. 22 of them were women coaches in every coaching niche imaginable. 2 were attorneys, and there was one accountant, of course. And the conversation was, the survey really was around, what does it take to be a booked out or sold out businesswoman? So let's stick with coaching, because 22 of them were coaches, and that's who I work with. What does it take to be sold out, booked out coach, a high ticket queen in your niche or in your industry? Selling high ticket coaching offers, creating consistent clients, attracting people into your world, into your space, that want to work with you, that want to do the thing that you do with them, and want to co-create the results your offer says that it can do. What does that take? It was interesting to see some of these women believe in the hustle world, some believe in the ease and flow and simplicity. And the discussion was like, what does it take to create that ease and simplicity that looks like magic or voodoo from the outside? What does it take to create consistent success? Are there foundational elements in place? Or is it a hit and miss, like depending on what fits your personality and what works for you? And this is what the women had to say. 15% of the women said it was launching fresh offers. It was having that fun, that ability to be multi-passionate and create whatever you want, whenever you want, without any restriction or people telling you what to do or putting you in a niche or in a box. Just coming up with an offer because it was what God has put through you in that moment. 15% of women said that. 15% said it was going live daily. Like if you show up on video consistently, if you show up for your people every day on video, they get to know you, they get to like you, they get to trust you, they get to believe that you are the person for them, and they get to see themselves in you and the aspiration that they want. Okay. 25% said it was having a large social media following. It's that invest in social media, build your social media and go live. Okay. 10% said it was working hard. You put in the hard work and you get the results. You can't get the results by just sitting on a meditation pillow. You have to work hard. 35% said it was graphics, website, branding, and great copy. Okay? So what do you say? What does it take to create that sustainable, continuous profit margin in your business, where you take your profits off the table, you put more impact out into the world, and you have the best time of your life? And it doesn't cost you your health, your waistline, your family, your faith, your relationships. Like, what does it take? What I've learned over the last 6.5 years working with all these diverse women, I spent a lot of time working with coaches now, where the beginning was a lot of accountants and attorneys. And so it's 3 different industries that I focus on. And I've seen that it takes the same 6 or 7 foundational elements to create that consistency, no matter what industry you're in. And for coaches, this is even more powerful, because that's what creates that consistency. Because we like to be, a little more airy-fairy and more, aligned with what we want and things like that, where attorneys and accountants are more focused on the output and the goal that they want to create. So I'm going to dive into, in this workshop, in this video, I'm going to dive into 5 or 6 of the elements that I have seen to be consistent throughout, to create a booked out, sold out business and be the high ticket queen in your niche and in your industry. Not just a queen, but a person who is happy, who is healthy, who is well, and who enjoys the work they're doing every single day. The first thing I've seen is leadership. And that can be broken down into 2 different things. The first part of leadership is knowing who you are. Knowing who you are and whose you are. I've said that a million times. But most importantly too, is knowing your way of doing business. so you're not swayed. That way you give yourself grace to run your race at your own pace. And the only competition is who you were 5 minutes ago. You're not looking to the left for a blueprint, to the right for a canned script. You are going with what God has put inside of you and allowing Spirit to soulfully express through you. The second part of leadership is getting mentoring and coaching support. It becomes a hustle when you decide that you are going to grow at that high level on your own without getting support. It's like saying you're going to go to college, but without taking the classes. You're just going to breathe it in on your own. You need the support to grow at that level, because as you continue to serve at the highest level, if you're a coach and don't have a coach, I'm sure that's fine and that's okay. But I know that personally, I don't hire coaches who don't have a coach. And my clients work with me because they know that I have mentors and coaches who support me at that level, because I can't see my own BS. I can't see my own stuff. And if I can't see my own stuff, I'm going to mix my stuff with their stuff. So I need that distinction. And getting support is what supports all of us to serve at that high ticket level of $100,000 coaching offers, $250,000 coaching offers, and things like that. You need that support. That is what leadership is about, okay? The second thing I've seen is messaging. You know, we focus so much on marketing, the channels through which we share work. But if you don't have the right messaging, if your voice is hidden and your voice is not dialed into the people that you are choosing to work with, it doesn't matter how many channels you market on. It doesn't matter where you market. It doesn't matter how many people you market to. It's not going to work because it's not going to land. So messaging is more important than marketing, I believe, and has to be dialed in with your voice, not somebody else's voice. I always say this: with messaging and your voice, you are giving people the opportunity to choose the real you. So when you speak to the work that you do, speak to the work that you do, about what results people get, and speak to the people, only the people you want to work with, and have faith that the people you're speaking to will see you as the obvious choice, and you're not leaving anyone out, because everyone has access to a great coach. Everyone does. Believe that. So speak only to the people that you're here for, okay? The third thing is sales. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you don't know how to sell, it doesn't matter how good your offer is. It doesn't matter where your messaging lands. If you cannot sell and master the art of having the sales conversation, having a strategy and structure in place that bring people in, you cannot be booked out and sold out. It doesn't matter how great the offer is. It doesn't matter how amazing the results are going to be. If you cannot sell, you cannot start that relationship and open the container to working with you. So those are the first three. Let me know how these first three land for you, and in your business, how you see these three working for you now to create a high ticket profit margin that supports you to do the work that you want to do. This video is part of the workshop I'm doing right now, and you can find that at High Ticket Profit Explosion Workshop, where I'm diving into what create consistent 6, 7, and 8 figures for those who want it, and how to do it in a way where it doesn't cost you your sanity and your health and your waistline and your family and your faith and all the things that matter to you and mean something to you, other than just profits, money, and impact. The next foundational element that needs to be there for that consistency and that seamless profitability and seamless impact is embodiment. It's one thing to know something. It's one thing to learn something, maybe from a coach, maybe from reading a book or taking a course, or maybe using somebody else's blueprint or formula. It's another thing to actually embody it and just be that thing and come from that. For example, I've been doing taxes and doing accounting work for 30 years. So it's one thing for me to support my clients with accounting, support my clients with their finances, support my clients with money, and have a conversation around money habits that support you to become a millionaire. It's another thing for me to just read it in a book and try to support someone with it. But when I do it, it's in my blood, it's in my DNA. So it just comes through. I don't have to think about it. And when I say it, they know this is coming from 30 years. I can trust this. When you embody something, it becomes part of who you are, and it creates the authenticity that in the coaching industry we talk so much about and go on so much about, but we don't really have. We're really good at talking authentic and blah, 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 and doing this, but at least 50% of us are not. We cannot embody the thing we talk about because it all comes from somebody else's blueprint, you take somebody's course, you learn the 12 steps to this, and then you go teach those 12 steps to that. So how can you embody the ease, the flow, the seamlessness, the profitability, the money habits, the simplicity without having read it in a book? How can you put that in your own life and come from that place so you show up as your most authentic self? That's the ease in the structures and system that seem like magic to other people. It's just that that's who you be, that's who you are. It's not something you do. And the last thing, no, not the last thing, the second to last thing is conviction. Conviction is having mastery in your tools. Not having mastery in what your client does, but having mastery in your coaching tools, in the thing that you do. And that, because that gives you the confidence to believe in the outcome and results that you co-create with your clients. And when you have your leadership, your messaging, your sales, your embodiment, your conviction, it's powerful. But there's this one last thing that everyone needs, and that is wisdom. And this is the most important one. Wisdom is important because it's the difference between what and how. When you focus on the what, you are focusing on solving the $10,000 an hour problem. That's a higher profit margin. When you focus on the how, you are trying to solve a $50 an hour problem, because the how is the easiest part of any business. And you can hire somebody on Fiverr to figure out the how for you if you don't know the how. You really don't know the how, okay? So wisdom is, what is the thing that gives you the money? What is the thing that creates the most impact? What is the thing that creates the most ease and simplicity in your business? And the how is the tactics of what to do about it. You can hire somebody to do that. So get the wisdom to know what to do in your business, what to focus on in your business, to create that leadership, that messaging, that sales, that conviction, that embodiment that supports you to create this consistent 6, 7, and 8 figure business. Because you know what? Booked out, sold out doesn't come from your graphics, your website, and all of that. That's the last thing on the list, okay? And the graphics and the website and the great copy do not equal a great client experience. They don't. The people who said working harder look like they're working harder. They feel like they're working harder because it takes a toll on you. This is the thing about working harder. People who think that working harder is a key to success or being sold out are people who still have that employee mentality. It's the whole thing about my business owes me. You see, when you show up to work, you can work for 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day, 10 hours a day, and you get paid, right? And so when you quit your job and then start a business, you think, oh, if I put in 10 hours or 20 hours today, it means I'm going to make more money. No, sometimes it's zero money. And then you get upset because all of a sudden, the business didn't give you back what you think it owed you. Your business doesn't owe you. You need to work wiser, make better choices, make better decisions, focus on the $10,000 an hour question and the what, and leave the how to the people who deal in the tactics. Because that's the easy part. Somebody's going to show you how to do it. You can Google that. You can go on YouTube. You can figure it out. But the what is more important. That's where wisdom plays a bigger role than working harder. Going live daily is not fun for everyone. It's not necessary to create a scene. None of the women in the room went live daily. But somehow they thought that was the key to success, which was funny to me because none of them, very few of them even show up on video or have a social media following, but they thought that was the key to success because that's what they hear on the internet. Launching fresh offers is exhausting. This is what that's like. Launching fresh offers is for people who, do you know how, it's like a relationship, right? You know how when you're in a relationship and you get to maybe 6 months in or 7 months in, and you don't feel like you have to be all over each other every day because you feel secure in the relationship, and you're now in a mature relationship, and you can both sit at a table and drink coffee and read the newspaper and not have to be talking to each other and still know that you love each other. People who launch offers all the time are insecure about their relationship with their business. So they think, well, it's not going to be fun for me if I don't have something fresh and new. What if you just allowed the offer you have to grow and mature for your people? I'm not saying don't launch things every quarter or whatever, but 2 offers a month is exhausting to anyone, no matter what you say, okay? It takes a toll on your body, on your mental state, or your emotional well-being. So be like that mature, loving relationship and allow the offer to grow and percolate so that you can sit with it and not be bored by it, because you know it loves you. It's okay. You don't have to be all over it. Let the offers do that for you too, okay? Treat it like a mature relationship and see what happens when people get to know you for that offer, and see how easy it is to sell that and maintain a higher profit margin. And then from time to time, throw in the new offers, because we're all multi-passionate. Who isn't? I don't know a coach who isn't. So let me know how this lands for you. And if you want to dive deeper into this, go to highticketprofitexplosionworkshop.com, because I go even deeper here into all the elements that create this based on my conversations with women in 3 different industries: the accounting industry, the legal industry, and the coaching industry. Women who had 6, 7, and 8 figures, and who are creating consistent income, consistent profits, and who still love themselves enough to do the work at their own pace. Let me know how this lands for you.